Hello and welcome to Wild Logic. So we are going to do a tarot reading, and I just want to start off by saying something that came in right before this. You are not broken, you are sacred. The universe is sacred. So for anyone who's going through a bit of a challenge, feeling stuck, this is for you. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must allow it to flourish. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard, the slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results. And this is from the Tao Te Ching, Stephen Mitchell's translation. And this makes me think of, if we have these stuck emotions, if we're working through a block, you have to let it come out. You have to let it expand up and out of you. And then with this last line, let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results. And this is you in your Queen of Wands energy. This is something that is like deep within who you are. But you might be finding that it's the kind of thing that you are, but you can't explain. And perhaps you're looking to have this ability to help people understand the way you work, the way you operate, how you see the universe going. But the truth is these deeper things, like the Tao, for example, they can't be explained. And so just chill and let who you are be what it is. And if people want to talk about it, that's great. But you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain who you are, how you obtained your values, any of that. Again, let your workings remain a mystery. Just show the people the results. And perhaps you're someone who needs a lot of rest, but you still have a lot of creative energy and all of that. This reading is really saying, bring it into balance in your own way. The way you move, the way you rest, that's up to you. Obviously, we're working in the 3D world, but more and more, the more you honor your inner workings, your way of being, the more things are start come into alignment. And this is going to complete a cycle. Wow, that's wild. I love the tarot. It's going to complete a cycle. It's going to end an emotional and mental struggle that you've been having. And, I'm right there with you, friends. There is this thing that I keep coming up against myself, where I see so much spirituality and I understand it, and I've been working on this for such a long time, but then there is this barrier which is built into this game, to the game of life, to the spiritual process, where it can't be explained. Like what it is, how it works, there's only so deep you can go at any level. And it's best just to do it, to use the energy as you know how to do it. And don't try and monkey with the mechanics of it. Yes, learn the mechanics, work with the mechanics, but there's going to be a new kind of victory coming in. So previously it was about showing that exactly how things work, being able to see and be clear. But now it's a different kind of clarity. We're learning a new way of approaching our emotions. And so all of these energies are coming in to shift us into a new state of being. And this is what happens when we level up, is we have to let go of where we've been, which means we're not going to be as good at where we're going. We're going to be more comfortable with the old story, even if it's a bad story, even if it's, 8 of Wands and 9 of Swords. But when we're ready to let go and we go into the state of the Fool, right? We want to hold on. We want to hold on to everything we've known, but to actually start a new chapter, we have to bring in all of this new energy. And so beginner's eyes, it's going to come in. Here's the new energy. Wow, right there. And it's going to bring a massive transformation. This is all coming together. But there's going to be a lot of mystery. All right. So the card that wants to hold all these cards is the Ace of Wands, because there is something new and brilliant coming in. This is a very wand energy based reading, because the energy that we carry is what ultimately lands into our existence, right? In the tradition I learned, it was physical, mental, emotional, story, and then energy. And the energy was what fed all of it, right? So if we tap into the right frequency, it will start to shape our stories, which shapes our mind and thoughts, which shapes the way we walk in the physical world. And there's so many ways to shift and approach all of this. So there's no one right way. Don't hold on to any method. It, like, honestly, our tools can start to bind us, right? They can start to bind us if we get too attached to them. So let go and let God, Goddess, universe, the creator, whatever it is that you want to call it, the great mystery, the Tao, the sage, all those beautiful energies, let them take the wheel, because you know what? Limitations inspire innovations. That's the bottom of the deck energy. So work with those limitations. Let the universe fill in the gaps. And so what is your honest truth, right? And that's really what's underlying this, is what is your honest truth? And the honest truth is what you're doing, how you're balancing in the world, how you're able to rest and be a powerhouse. It's something that actually can't be put into words. And this card relates to the judgment card of the tarot. And, you know, that's about your calling. And I always get it confused with the justice card, which is number 11, also reducing to 2, high priestess intuition, right? And we got these 2s here. But what is your honest truth? What is your honest truth? I think there are some things you're ready to let go of. And I think that one of them is you are ready to let go of trying to explain yourself, especially when it comes to areas that are unexplainable. For example, I'm not surprised this came out. Overrate your intuition. Right? So we got these 2s going. Beautiful. And I lost a card. Whoa. So this intuition is going to guide you. And when you're working with your intuition, you can't explain it, because it's magic. And it's not the kind of magic that comes with a trick. It's the kind of magic that comes with alignment. And okay, so the thing that I was getting down to here is that the tools can sometimes start to get in our way. So you might have a lot of tools. It might be time to let go of those tools and let your own inherent magic take the wheel. Because the tools actually can bring us backwards. Sometimes tools want to come forward with us, but usually you have to let them set aside and recalibrate. For example, my lineage stone, I had let it sit and transform. You know, I didn't know that that's what I was doing for a while. And then it came back into the energy of what I was doing when the time is right. You know, there's a number of tools that I have been working with for over a decade, and they come and go. And it's just gratitude, right? Gratitude, again. This energy of living through what we're grateful for. And part of gratitude is perhaps something came in and was not meant to stay permanently. For example, a spiritual tool or practice. You can't do them all. I mean, as many as I've learned, it's hard, right? It can be just a complete clusterfork of things to try and integrate. So you got to let go of most of what you learn ultimately. And I think that will help you welcome. This is the Sun card, the Divine Masculine, 19, beginnings and endings, 1 and 9 in the middle here. And this is, again, very much about energy, that Sun, right? That if you're holding on to what has been, you're going to be juggling too much to move forward. Because you came into balance with fewer things, you were able to go into this next phase and start to work with these new energies. And so this is just encouragement to just keep going. You're not actually stuck at all. You're just saying goodbye to a phase of your evolution. It's kind of like the butterfly's got to get out of that chrysalis, right? You got to pop out of there. Say like, thank you. You were me for a minute. And now you're not. And you got to let that old skin go. You got to slough it off, right? Imagine if we didn't shed our skin. Snakes aren't the only ones. Awesome. Here we have the adventurer. Oh my goodness. We have some candle wax interfering here. And candles shed their skin too. Mine are sometimes just shedding like bonkers. That's what it's at the top of these feet here, is some fun fire energy. Okay, well, back to the reading. So here we have the adventurer, responsibility and expectations, right? So when it comes to having a calling, we might be interpreting it from our old lens. We might be applying who we've been, and that cycle's completed, baby. It's time for you to step into a new way of operating. You don't have to go with the mind in the same way. You're vibing out. I know. If you're like me and you're a Gen Xer, I've always been a vibey Gen Xer, but we really relied on doing, getting stuff done. And I still do, but it has to make sense. It's just so much of my life didn't make sense, but I, was going to show up and I was going to get it done because that's what I did. And I got to do a lot of cool stuff, but ultimately it didn't line up. It didn't crystallize into something that made sense. And I was pretty aware of that. It just because of the structures that I was working within, by choice, I could have always, some people decide to just go off grid at that point, but I decided to go in grid, worked in the educational system, and it was an adventure, lots of responsibility and expectations. But when we go on an adventure, there are new ones, and there is this unseen potential. You are stepping into a whole new light, a whole new way of being, my friends, here. And it's going to require your intuition to step into this potential. You can't do it the old way. And you might hesitate. And there is definitely room for that. Don't worry about it. If you have to pause and reflect, then that's reasonable. Don't do anything that feels off because it's too fast, but you're not going to be able to think things through in the same way. You're going to be going with your intuition. And again, here we have another adventure style card coming from the Citadel deck, the Sailor, new influences and wanderlust, right? So there's this real sense of new doors opening, unseen potential, stepping through doors, new adventures, new influences. If you don't start to use your intuition, it's going to slow down the process. But I believe that whatever you are meant for will find you. So, to a certain degree, delays and stuckedness, or that feeling of stuckedness, is part of the process. And, so this is this chance for you to let go of old viewpoints and control and tell a new story. So this is the realm of the story. We have the Page of Wands. And it's overlapping with welcoming the new, the divine masculine, overriding your intuition, and you are magic, right? So this is a new, probably, way of seeing yourself. You're stepping through a new threshold. Even if you saw yourself this way, There was something gripping you and holding you down a little bit, but you're ready to let that go. You are in the flow. Okay, let's get some animal cards here to finalize this reading and support this energy further. Nice. We got some fire energy of the Scorpion. Have not seen the Scorpion show up recently. This is really about flying solo and work, focusing on work. Okay, cool. And then we have the Spider, which is also about work. Sweet. Dharma. But it's kind of next level work. And then here we have this Cosmic Egg, which the Cosmic Egg, it just cannot stay out of these readings. I don't know. You guys all got brilliant energy, and this card just has to keep showing itself because there's a real Cosmic Egg vibe in the collective right now. We are coming into a new sense of wholeness. But let's start with the Scorpion. Scorpion. Any Scorpios out there like me? I am a Scorpio. 6 planets in Scorpio. I don't know. Maybe that makes you love me or hate me, or you feel just neutral because you're not that worried about signs. But yeah, that's me. So the Scorpion is passionate, competitive, tends towards isolation, right? So this is that push and pull that you are coming out of. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on a unresolved event from the past, usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says that it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. Right, and so fire. Again, fire, fire, fire in this deck. Okay. When in balance, wild and free, fierce. Boom. When out of balance, jealous, resentful, unresolved. To bring into balance, honesty and forgiveness. Whew. So this is it, friends. To really be in alignment, you have to walk an honest path. And this is about you and yours. You knowing what your truth is and letting that truth evolve too. There is no rigidity. Nothing is static in the universe. And if you're static, then you're not alive. I mean, and even rocks in my mind are alive. So there's something wrong. So honesty should be evolving. Awareness should be evolving within you as well. And if you're sticking rigid, then that's tough. That is tough. But let's take a look at the Spider here. Yeah, honesty and forgiveness. Honesty and forgiveness. Oh yeah, the Spider. So creator of prosperity through life's work and dharma. So this is also work related, like I was saying. The Spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving a thread of dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the Spider and those around them, both financially and spiritually. It's hard work, but the Spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. Yes. So just really bringing play into your life. The spiritual path can be really draining without a light heart, without a more than a heavy dose of joy and laughter every day, because all of this self-work and transformation and healing, there's a lot to churn. And also, if you get, you can get trapped in the process of healing too. This is why I like to think of these things as transformational readings rather than healing readings. Perhaps it's healing, but you can use them in so many different ways. Healing is one transformation, but there's many energetic transformations. Okay. Peacock, inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outwards indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate and digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of self and others, right? So this is, again, the forgiveness, right? We got forgiveness, assimilation, processing life, like bookending the energies here. And this is what's going to free you up. Okay. Not that you're stuck, but the illusion of you being stuck. Okay. When in balance, confident and kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. When bring into balance, meditation on the navel, the second chakra, the chakra of creativity. And, get into it. Have some fun with it. Be weird or normal. Whatever floats your boat, my friends. And so all of this is coming together with this cosmic egg. Completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite. The cosmic egg is the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck, and it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time, and through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arise within us, and the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we might feel as if we never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. We hold on to life, and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Wild. And you, my friends, the folks out there in the wild logic universe, all of our little fragments coming together in this moment of divine mystery and union. And although we're all separate on opposite ends of these screens that somehow bring all of our data together in this ceremonial space, I just want to say how much I appreciate all of you. If you enjoyed this message, please like, subscribe, share it with a friend, leave a comment. I'm so curious where in the world you might be chiming in from, or where you are on this journey. So that is all for today. Until next time. Peace.